Hey guys, welcome back to the Marvel Champions matchup. Today we're going to have Starlord with the Justice aspect take on Mysterio. Mysterio will have the Band of Badoon module set. Take a look at Starlord's deck. With the 15 hero cards, you'll also have Groot, Martin X, Quasar, Rocket, Wiccan, 2 copies of Agile Flight, 2 copies of Clear the Area, 2 copies of Hit and Run, 2 copies of Stealth Strike, 2 copies of Turn the Tide, Energy, Genius, Strength, 1 copy of Power All of Us, 1 copy of Power of Justice, a Helicarrier, Nowhere, Team Building Exercise, Justice Served, and Sense of Justice. Taking a look at Peter Quill, the alter ego of Starlord. He's got a recovery of 3. He's an outlaw. The setup is to search your deck and discard pile for a copy of the Element Gun upgrade and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Smooth Talker, which is an action, so you can choose a card in your hand and swap that card with the top card of your deck, and this limit once per round. He has a hand size of 6 with 10 hit points. Starlord he's a risky character to play with because of you can give yourself encounter cards for different bonuses, and so you can really put yourself in the bind if you take too many. Mysterio, he has a scheme of 2, an attack of 1 with a force response, which is Seeds of Fear. So this is whenever he schemes or attacks. So after you resolve a boost card during Mysterio's activation, place that card in your discard pile if it has the illusion trait. He has 15 hit points. His side scheme, not side scheme, main scheme, Maze of Mirrors. So we have Mysterio 1 and 2 because we're playing standard 1. Personal Nightmare, and the standard encounter sets, and 1 modular encounter set. Whispers of Paranoia is the recommended, but we're going to use Band of Badoon for this. And the setup is to play a shifting apparition minion into play, engage with each player, and shuffle the deck. So we're looking for a shifting apparitions. There it is. So shifting apparition is a 1 scheme, 1 attack minion with 1 hit point. Has illusion trait, and he has guard. So while he's in play, you can't attack the villain. And when defeated, this minion was defeated with excess damage. The defeating player shuffles the top card of the encounter deck into their deck. Okay, so that's all shuffled up there. We will flip this over. So Maze of Mirrors has a threat threshold of 8. So once it hits 8, the main scheme will advance to the next part of the scheme. It starts with 2 threat and advances by 1 threat per 1 threat at the beginning of the villain phase. And as a force interrupt, that when you withdraw or discard an encounter card from your deck, you deal it to yourself as a face down encounter card, then you get the draw card. So let's draw our hands. So we'll get Leader of the Guardians, Sense of Justice, Clear the Area, and Energy, Sliding Shot, and another Sliding Shot. Let's see. Let's get rid of Sliding Shot there, and we'll pick up, giving us a Power All of Us. And so the setup, you get to search the deck and discard pile for a copy of Element Gun and put it in your hand and shuffle the deck. So let's find the Element Gun. There it is. So we'll shuffle this up. And then we will flip over to Starlord. So he has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 1 defense. He's a guardian. Each ally that we control gains the guardian trait. And what could go wrong, which is an interrupt. So when you play a card from your hand, you can do yourself one face down encounter card to reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3, limit once per round. So let's spend 2, 3 for element gun. So it's restricted, so only two per player. And as an attack, you get the exhaust element gun and spend 1 resource of any type to deal 3 damage to an enemy, and the attack gains piercing. Let's take a face down encounter card, so we can play sliding shot for free. Sliding shot is an attack. Play only if you control element gun, which we do. So deal 5 damage to an enemy, deal 2 damage. Actually, you know what? No, we're not going to do that just yet. Not yet. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we'll just attack the shifting operation, and then since we dealt excess damage because you had 1 hit point, we did 2. We're going to take the top card and then shuffle it into our deck. Then we'll take a face down encounter card to play sliding shot. So we can deal 5 damage to an enemy. Play only if you have an element gun, so deal 5 damage to an enemy, and then deal 2 additional damage to an enemy for each face down encounter card in front of you. So we'll deal 7 damage to Mysterio, so he's down to 8. Let's go 1 for clear the area, so remove 2 threat from the scheme, and then this removes the last threat on the scheme, draw a card, so we'll take 2 off of that, we get the draw card, giving us a bad boy. Then let's exhaust element gun to spend a physical resource to deal 3 more damage to Mysterio, so he's down to 5. And I think that'll do it for us. We'll end our turn there. So we'll draw back up, so we'll get a hit and run, a stealth strike, a team building exercise, and agile flight. So this will go 1. Mysterio will attack for 1. We are not going to defend, so he'll do 1 plus 2, which is 3, and a boost. So draw 3 cards and discard 3 random cards from your hand. So we draw 1, 2, 3, and then discard 3 random cards from our hand. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a D8 here, so we're going to discard number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 7, so we'll discard jet boots. 3, agile flight, and 2, stealth strike. So he does 3 damage to us, so we're down to 7, and that's an illusion, so it's going to go in our discard pile. Then we'll take an encounter card. So our first encounter card is a Badoon Lieutenant. It has patrol, so we can't thwart the main scheme. He's got 2 scheme, 2 attack with 6 health. And then we're going to get a Fearmonger. So when we reveal, discard your hand and drop to your hand size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got Group, Power of Justice, Nowhere, Hit and Run, and another Element Gun, and then getting Surge. So then we'll draw up, giving us an Induced Panic. So attach your identity. You cannot resolve trigger abilities in your hero's printed text box. So no discarding cards to get a face down encounter card. As an alter ego action, to discard one identity specific card at random from your hand to discard this card. So that's not too bad for now. So let's see what we're going to do here. Let's spend 2. Actually, yeah, spend 2 for Nowhere. So increase your ally limit by 1. Player, you only have the identity. Your identity has the Guardian trait, and after the player plays the Guardian ally, exhausts Nowhere, that player draws a card. And then let's attack Mysterio for 2. Pushing on the 3. And a turn it. So we'll draw back up. We'll get a Sliding Shot, a Daring Escape, and a Gutsy Move. So this goes to 2. Shield attack for 1. We're not going to defend, so he'll do one and a boost. So if this activation is an attack that gains overkill, piercing, and range, still will take 1 point of damage. 6, and then he'll do 2. But I think we will defend that. Then we'll take an encounter card. Then we got Steepest Spears. So when revealed, discard cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of cards in your hand. If at least one identity specific card was discarded this way, place one throughout the main scheme. No identity specific cards were discarded this way, take 1 damage. So we have a hand size of 5. So we have to go through 5 cards and see what happens. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. It's up. So after we discard, this goes down as a face down encounter card. And then we draw a card. And then that gets discarded as a face down encounter card, so we've got to draw 2 cards. So we're at 3, that's 4, 5. So we're getting now a hand size of, or our hand size is only 7, is only 5, so we drew 5. So we have to take a damage. So this one is a weakness from within. So 1 threat. When revealed, place 1 additional threat here for each card in your hand. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's only had 8. And then this one is going to be Child of the past. So now our nemesis comes into play. So we got Mr. Knife, 2 scheme, 2 attack, 6 health. He's an elite criminal or retaliate 1. In the first treachery, the engaged player reveals each villain phase gains surge. Then his side scheme, 2 threat with hinder 2, so 4. Another hazard icon. And then these get shuffled in. So it's our turn. Let's see here what we want to do. So let's go. Three for a helicarrier, so we can exhaust that to reduce the resource cost of the next card play by 1. So we'll exhaust that to play 2 for a group. So he's got 1 thwart, 2 attack. He'll take 2 consequential damage when he attacks. When he thwarts, 6 health. Player of your identity has the Guardian trait, which we do, and after group defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. And then we can exhaust nowhere to draw a card, which is a gutsy move. So let us exhaust element gun to spin a metal to do 3 damage to the Badoon Lieutenant, I think. And then two, 4, 6. He'll scheme out. If I go to Alter Ego. Two, 4. Yeah, so we're not going to Alter Ego yet. So we'll have group attack for 2 on Lieutenant. 2 damage there. And then we will end our turn. And then we'll draw up, so we'll get a strength, Wiccan, Martinex, Quasar, and Rocket. So those are 3. Mysterio will attack, group will defend, so he'll do 1, 4. So group's knocked out. And then this goes in the discard pile because it's an illusion. The Bad Lieutenant will attack for 2. Down to 3. Mr. Knife will attack for 2. Down to 1. and this isn't probably going to end well. So we get a face down encounter card and then 2 extras because of the hazards. So with the 3 here. So we get a shifting apparition. Sparks while Iconics when revealed. Discard 1 card at random from your hand and take a damage. And place run through main scheme. So yeah. So that's unfortunate. We discard a card from hand at random. Let's go this one. We take a damage, so we're out the game now, and then 1 on the main scheme. So short and sweet victory for Mysterio, which is weird because I've actually played this a couple times yesterday to see how this would go, and I actually won't beat it twice. I didn't lose. So yeah, you can see what happens when you just get the luck draw on the bad side of the card. So anyway, that's the video. If you guys like the content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe for more, and do not forget to hit that share button. So until next time.